Hello, I'm Chuck Long, and on this edition of the Entertainment Outlook, Nashville author Greg Howard is on a roll. Following up his critically acclaimed middle grade hit, The Whispers, Howard's latest already has them talking. It's called Middle School's a Drag, and the School Library Journal says, full of laughs, sass, and hijinks, this hilarious, heartfelt story shows that with a little effort and a lot of love, anything is possible. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
You are back. Just another book. I said it's nice when you have so many books to talk about. So,
it is.
Now, before we get into Middle School's a Drag, and I love the cover on this one, wanted to just kind of reflect because, as you know, something that was interesting to me was you were here about a year ago. You were talking about The Whispers, which has had all kind of critical acclaim. New York Times put it on their pick list. One thing that was really interesting to me, though, was to kind of gauge, how do you gauge success? Well, one of the ways that I did it through the year, every time I was in a Target, whether it was in Dallas, New York, Nashville, I would look on the shelves, and it was always there. I mean, that is sacred space to be able to get there. So this is the most recent one at a Target in Nashville. You are alongside, and this is about 10 months later. It's never gone off the shelves. You're next to Neil Patrick Harris, Chris Colfer, two-time Newbery Award winner Kate DiCamillo, Little Women, Dr. Dolittle, Frozen 2. It made it into Costco, which is a huge thing because they sell so many books in Costco. So just kind of this, because I just thought that was fun to be able to see, because other books through the year, great books, they come and go, but Whispers has stayed the course, and it's still on shelves. Kind of how has that success, has it sunk in with you?
Yeah, it's kind of surreal at first. I mean, honestly, yeah, to see your book in Target is kind of crazy, in Costco. It's been really, really exciting. But, I mean, I have to say, the independent bookstores are still the ones who have just given me even more love and more support, so I really appreciate that.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things we adore about Parnassus, and I know you've been on the book circuit, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But first I wanted to get into, this is it, Middle School is a Drag. Middle School is a Drag. This is such a charming book. I just love it. Just to kind of give a little synopsis, an enterprising 12-year-old, Mikey Pruitt, starts his own junior talent agency and signs a 13-year-old aspiring drag queen named Coco Caliente, who is 8th grader Julianne Vasquez as his first client. So where did this story spring from?
Well, it was a couple of things. One is I was a kid entrepreneur when I was young, and I did have an office in our carport storage room / laundry room, and so a lot of the things that Mikey does for his business, I did too. Even the name was the same. And then I saw a segment on Good Morning America with these junior drag kids, and Desmond is Amazing is one that they were focusing on that day, and I thought, wow, I mean, it's something you don't really think about, and I've never seen it portrayed in middle grade literature. I think there's actually more books coming out now, but I thought that needs to be, those kids need to be seen.
Now, did you get any, because as you said, there really, I don't know any, main characters in middle grade books that are the drag community is represented. Did you get any kickback when you first started kind of pitching this idea?
No, I never did. I mean, Putnam, my imprint at Penguin, has been wonderful, always supportive, and they were willing to take the journey with me.
Now, Mikey is kind of such a great character, the lead character, just love him. He's kind of a fake it till you make it type. So were you able to relate to that at all? Like when you first started writing, you didn't have publishing deals and that sort of thing?
No, and I did. I faked it until I made it. But yeah, I mean, you just have to keep working and keep working like Mikey does, and he doesn't always have success, but he keeps at it, never giving up.
Now, he's the president, founder, CEO, and talent agent. I just love that, and I always love his cards when he's coming up with different titles and that sort of thing. But he's also, in addition to, we have Coco Caliente, the drag character, but Mikey is dealing with his own sexuality. So kind of tell me how you blended that into the book.
Well, Mikey has come out to his family and his close friends, but he hasn't come out publicly at school, which is a huge deal in middle school. And of course he sees Julian, the drag kid, just being himself, thinking, and it kind of inspires him to take a step out and trust the people will accept him. But there's a lot of kids like that. They may be out to their family, maybe not so much at school.
Now, you have been on the young adult and middle grade book circuit, the YA and middle grade book circuit for Social Intercourse, for The Whispers. You'll be going out now for Middle School's a Drag. You've had some really touching things happen on that. Tell me about a few of them.
Yeah, I have had kids come up to me at book festivals and just tell me how great it was to see a character like themselves in a book. I spoke for 300 6th graders in Chattanooga a few months ago, and I had 3 of those kids come out to me in tears after, having me sign their book, and they just told me their story. And it's very touching that they will entrust me with that information. I just want to make sure they're safe, and things like that. I've had parents write me that they've read this book with their kid who was trying to, come to terms with their sexuality, and it makes it all worth it. Target, no target, that makes it worth it.
Absolutely. Now, what about on the flip side of that? Have you encountered some people who were not so enthusiastic about it?
Yes, I've had a few of those. The Whispers is such a innocuous book. It's a sweet story. It's not in your face in any way. But I actually had a letter from a dad, an email, who sent me a picture of the Whispers torn up and in the trash can, and told me that I was trying to push my homosexual agenda on his 9-year-old son. And the first thing I thought of was, man, if that kid is gay, he just saw his dad tear him up and throw him in a trash can, and it just broke my heart. And of course, you can't engage. You have to be careful about that. But yeah, some of those things have happened too.
Yeah. Well, but again, you're getting the message out, which is so important. Now, we talked about the middle grade and YA book circuit. Speaking of book circuit, we've got a big book launch for middle schools of drag. Let's talk about that. Yes.
At Parnassus.
Absolutely. We're going to get the information up for you. It is the launch event and book signing. You can see it right there on your screen. Mark this on your calendars at Parnassus Books right here in Nashville, Tuesday, February 11th, 2020. I love saying 2020. It's 6:30 p.m. and it's Greg Howard in conversation with Chuck Long.
Yay.
So we're going to have a fun. I got to do your Whispers book launch.
Second time.
That was a blast.
It went really well, and I had so many compliments on you. They said, "Get Chuck next time. Get Chuck next time."
We had so much fun, and I mean, people come in and they're enthusiastic and they want to be there and talk about the book and get the insight from you. Okay, so we've just got about 30 seconds left. So what are you working on next?
I'm working on a middle grade ghost story, and it is also about a queer boy who is a ghost, and he's trapped on a deserted rice plantation.
Oh my gosh, I can hardly wait.
There's a lot of mystery. We don't know why he's trapped there. He's trying to figure it out, but it's a lot of fun.
Okay, well, we will look forward to that. By the way, though, make sure you get Middle Schools of Drag. It's, of course, available wherever books are sold. Once again, we hope to see you at Parnassus for the launch of Middle Schools of Drag on February 11th. And to keep up with all that's going on with Greg, go to greghowardbooks.com. Up next, fitness and nutrition coach Daniel Buckley shows us how to get motivated in the new year. You're watching Out and About Today.